Hello, my name is Isabelle Perreau. I was born in Angers, France, in the region of the Renaissance Castle, southwest of Paris. I have been living in Texas for 20 years and in Houston for 10. As you can imagine, Paris and Houston are very, very different towns. So when I arrived to Houston, I was completely lost. Those gigantic highways, the immensity of the town, and also the suffocating weather. I was not really seduced by Houston. But little by little, I decided to do what I do normally. I love to travel the world. That is my #1 passion. I really like to explore new places. So I decided to do the same with Houston. So I just went neighborhood to neighborhood, and it was like going from Africa to Asia through Latin America. Is incredibly diverse. I have a photo, and for me it's kind of symbolic because you see a fence in front of downtown, and the fence for me is kind of symbolizing that Houston is not a town you are going to fall in love from the beginning, but when you make that effort and you go through that fence, you will be very surprised by all the richness you are going to find in Houston. As you can see, here is the Antioch Missionary Baptist Church. This historical building in the middle of the very modern Houston. All those buildings, I suppose, are the place where you have the oil companies, but that little church just stayed here exactly like it is. And for me, the contrast is so fascinating and beautiful. And over there, you will have the historical explanation of the church. That church was built in 1875 by 3 slaves. It was the first brick building in Houston. And that church was not only about religion. That church is a pillar of African American community because they will teach also how to write, read, count, and make business. So it was a very important church. That's why I wanted to have it in my exhibition. Another photo I have is about a Taoist Vietnamese temple. In Midtown, I was just driving and I saw a lot of activity, and I remember that it was the Chinese New Year. So I just stopped my car and went over there, and it was absolutely incredible. I was welcome, I could visit. I would feel like I was completely in Vietnam. I was not in Houston anymore. It's really extraordinary because in front of the temple you have just some apartments. So it just like suddenly you can go inside Vietnam when you don't expect it. I have a wall with a theme of churches and religion because obviously it's part of the culture of every group of people. I had also a gallery of portraits, I call that, and in reality 95% of the portraits are my friends. Bhagwanti, my friend, who was born in the Seychelles, for example, or my other friend, Marjorie, who is from Brazil. For me, those people represent Houston. And of course, all those people are also American. You will find also buildings from downtown will have lots of quality murals. It's incredible how in the 10 years I have been living in Houston, the wall of Houston are speaking now. They are singing in reality.
Por el poder que me confieren mis pecados,
So here we have a fascinating mural about Mexican history. That mural is called The Rebirth of Our Nationality. So the title of my exhibition is Diverse City, an Ode to Houston. I wanted to make the emphasis on diversity. Houston is the most diverse town in the US. Here we speak 145 languages. We don't have to be afraid of diversity. Unity is very important, and unity is absolutely possible even when we are different. In reality, it's going to make our life better, and it's going to make the world better. We must embrace diversity for the betterment of mankind. Thank you so much for supporting me. Muchísimas gracias, amigos, et merci beaucoup.